Heaven and Hell, the best album that Sum 41 could retire on. Are double albums too much in 2024? And what era of Sum 41 does this project sound the most like? Find out in this Sum 41 Heaven and Hell album review. I don't know what the heck :X: X: is, so we're going to be just saying Heaven and Hell as it rolls off the tongue like a twist of fate. Let's give you the one answer right off the gate. It's regarding the length of this double album project. Heaven and Hell, both sides, both discs are around 27 minutes apiece, and are nearly every song is around the 2 or 3 minute mark. So this is a lean double album. Billy Idol guitars transform into Tom DeLonge shreddage before Derek starts screaming. I know it's DeLonge. And then the song soars into pop-punk greatness. The entire band seems to be firing on all 41 cylinders, even though Mike Dirnt and Van Gogh are not even in this band. Or is Van Gogh in this band? Damn. Air guitars every time I listen. And there's even a slow pretty part. Landmines was our first taste of this new and final album by the Sums, and while this doesn't exactly sound 100% pop-punk album with a 100% heavy metal album to come later, there is a clear enough line in the quality songwriting that comes from Derek and producer Mike Green. While most of Sum 41's writing has always fallen on Derek's shoulders, I find it interesting this time around, this is the only Sum 41 album where it's just Derek. He's the only band member writing anything. Mike Green is listed as songwriter on the singles Landmine and Rise Up, and I imagine that was a deliberate and smart move to craft exactly what fans want on these tracks and to get some traction, some traction going on the charts, potentially. I Can't Wait shows off another band member's skills with insane fills coming off the drum kit by the 41 and only Frank Zumo. Somebody get him some water. 41 bottles of water. That's how much water he needs to drink after playing like this. He's done a lot of smacking today. This song is also the most nostalgic of all Killer No Filler days. Even a hint of Does This Look Infected, which is my favorite era of the band. Time Won't Wait shifts gears just enough for some variety in the afterlife. I can't quite pin down the song that makes me think of, but I'm thinking Shinedown's Get Up, Smash Mouth's Hold On, The Offspring. There really is a familiar melody in Time Won't Wait. Let me know in the comments what you think. Copyright issues be damned. It's a good song. There is a lot of Offspring DNA in this record. Heaven feels very much like a fresh on the scene Sum 41 from the first time that we witnessed them in the Fat Lip music video. You guys remember that? Or maybe you were a little bit late to the party and you went to the pool party instead, the deep end of the pool. Or maybe you were really, really tardy and because you were lacking motivation back in 2002. You know what I'm saying? Back to the Future of 2002. Hey, I'm going to see not Beetlejuice, but Ghostbusters later today, I think. So that's exciting. In any case, that's exactly what Heaven feels like. All killer, no filler. All killer and even less than zero filler this time around. We don't need no 13 songs. We'll make 10 that are crisper and yet more polished at the same time. Future Primitive sounds like 2000's Offspring combined with Does This Look Infected Sum 41, and that's really a perfect pop-punk combination if you ask me. Some Bad Religion or maybe Offspring Whoa-Oh-Ohs instead of the millennial version of that. That's some nice icing on the cake. Derek, talking about the millennial Whoa-Oh-Ohs, because I'm a millennial, Derek is a Generation Xer. But the Offspring and Bad Religion, they're getting up there. They are boomers. And punk rock has room for all of us. I know some of you guys are, the next one after millennials. Dopamine brings Sum 41 into the modern age of pop punk, and while some fans may be hesitant for a band that they love to go full Machine Gun Kelly in sound, some take his sound and do it better than he does and with more feeling. It's a decent ballad. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. It doesn't sound like that. Derek's voice goes all gravelly on Not Quite Myself, which returns us to the all-killer, no-filler, but polished sound of 2024. It's a bit tinny in production, but emotionally it's really strong. It does the job, and feelings always beat sound and production quality. The vocals are a real standout over the strident guitars and military drums. Cone gonna be coning, bro, on the bass. Brownsound. Brownsound. We got to talk about the Brownsound. He builds a big wall, a big ball of guitars on Bad Mistake. And you know what? Derek continues the ultra gravelly vocals that started on the last track. And wait a minute. Sum 41 transform into the Offspring on Bad Mistake. There's moments of half-truism and You're Gonna Go Far, Kid in the vocal melody and guitar. But you know what? I saw both of these bands perform together. I think that was the last show that I went to, and God bless them both. Offspring and Sum 41 killing it in modern years. Trade riffs, trade lyrics, because you both make it sound so sexy and good. Oh, and the solo is The Kids Are Alright by the Offspring. Bad Mistake, an amalgamation of all songs Offspring. Johnny Libertine speeds things. It's so fast. Johnny Libertine is a speed run of updated Does This Look Infected song No Direction, and it's catchy, dirty, and it's 1 minute. It's a 1 minute song. Billy Joe. We do get another ballad-esque rocker with Radio Silence, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Radio Silence as a future single off the album. You're in hell now. I'm just kidding. We're still on Earth. I'm not sure why you would leave heaven and go to hell. Even if you're Satan, that seems like the dumbest move ever. I mean, you're not ruling in hell instead of serving in heaven, but let's just take a look at the hell songs. Hell opens up with a song called Get Ready to Go Up. That's right, I translated it for you. The track list says something like Parfs of Lark, Farkle-Larks. I am anti-interlude, I'm anti-intro, and anti-prelude, anti-outro. And like I told the last band and the last few bands on the chopping block, you could have just added this poop shoot to the beginning of Rise, because that's what it is. It's the beginning of Rise Up. Maybe with taking the reins from Linkin Park, Derek Wimbley forgot to do that, and that's fine. Rise Up is one of the Green Wimbley and of over on Stats for Spotify, which is an amazing website. I suggest you check it out if you use Spotify. Rise Up is my 28th, I think 27th now, most listened song of the last 6 months, which is insane that it broke through the wall of Green Day's Saviors, because I've been playing Saviors nonstop on a loop 24 hours a day for 2 or 3 months. Shreddage and piano balladry marry each other and get freaky like Derek and Avril. Positivity never sounded so gnarly as it does on Rise Up! Strangers in These Strange Times. In these times, I'm getting mixed up with Strange Days Are Here to Stay. Strangers in These Times changes the guitar dynamic up more than this band has done in the last 20 years before Derek gives one of his harshest vocal deliveries ever of the last 2 decades. Stranger goes hard in every way as Derek tries to live instead of trying to die. Droplets of infection do show up in the sound here in spite of this leaning very much in their heavy metal side, their direction. Heavy metal is our direction. I don't need anyone as the next track, and it goes nu metal. Over the Edge also goes nu metal with callbacks to Chuck smeared all over its face like poopy camouflage. In a good way. I don't know why it's poopy camouflage, but it is. Every song kind of ends with a barrage of brownsound going insane, tearing up the world and heaven and hell, just ripping them apart in a blaze of glory and Hellraiser. I got a Hellraiser box for some reason. You Wanted War is My Chemical Romance. At least Ray Toro and J. Gerard Way. Who the hell is J. Gerard Way? I was thinking of Spider-Man. Think of Gerard Way as the angry boss of Peter Parker. Get me photograph of Spider-Man! Just imagine Gerard Way is J. Jonah Jameson. Why? And then taken over by Venom. This is a weird review. I think if you do this, everything will be okay. While I did kind of roll my stony eyes a little bit when I saw the track list with the Rolling Stones cover, it's a perfect fit for the Sum 41 band from Ajax, Ontario. It's 1 minute and 4 seconds shorter than the original Stones version and fits the mood of this sonic jungle that is hell. The hell side of X:*X:*X:*, 41st sum of :X:*X:, heaven: hell, heaven: or whatever this thing's called. I know I wasn't going to say the whole thing, but I said it. It took up so much screen time. You know, Sum 41's discography isn't split down the middle with equal parts pop, punk, and heavy metal. Prior to Heaven and Hell, there's 7 albums. The first 2 are pop punk. Then you get a metal Chuck, a pop punk underclass hero, and then metal. It's actually closer than I thought, though. 3 punk albums, 4 metal albums in the past, and now 4 punk albums and 5 metal albums. Double albums. Makes math be hard. Which old Sum 41 album does Heaven and Hell sound like? Hey, did you guys know that Sum 41 is mentioned in XV? Look at that. Anyway, I'm reading up on this for a future video. There are traces of Does This Look Infected and Chuck, but Heaven, these are the 2, okay? Heaven is all killer, no filler, and Hell is Order in Decline. Those are the 2 Sum 41 albums that they're really pulling for them here. Heaven and Hell soars a bit higher than both of those albums in places, and if you ask me, yes, I feel good about retiring this band on this 4 out of 5 album that is Heaven and Hell. Now, Derek, go whip those Linkin Park boys back into shape.